Hello, and welcome to this Learn English elementary recording brought to you by the British Council. To find out more and to access language activities and audio scripts, visit our Learn English website at www.britishcouncil.org/Learn English.
I enjoyed that, Marcus. Thanks a lot.
Me too. Thank you.
Thank you. And remember, listeners, that we'd like to hear from you. Which famous person, dead or alive, would you like to meet, and why? Email us at learnenglishpodcast@britishcouncil.org. That's learnenglishpodcast, all one word, at britishcouncil, all one word, .org. That's O-R-G. Let us know which famous person you would like to meet.
Oh, I feel like listening to some Bob Marley now.
No time for that, Tess. It's time for our quiz. Every week we have a little quiz to make you think. This week we're going to play Hot Seat again. Here to play are Hannah and Max. Hi, Hannah.
Hello.
Hi, Max.
Hello.
You're both from Sheffield, is that right?
Yeah.
And how old are you?
I'm 17.
And I'm 16. We go to the same school, St Joseph's.
Are you in the same class?
We are, yeah.
OK. And who's doing what? Who's going to explain the words and who's going to be in the hot seat?
I'll explain and Max will guess.
OK. OK, Max?
OK.
Right. Remember how to play? These cards have all got words on. Hannah has to explain the words and Max has to guess them. But remember, Hannah, you can't use the words on the card. Max, you have to guess as many words as you can in 1 minute, OK?
OK.
Then let's go. You've got 1 minute, starting now.
Oh, big thing, on the sea, you sail in it.
Boat. Ship.
Ship. An animal, small, big ears.
Elephant.
No, it's small. Carrots, it eats carrots.
Rabbit.
Yes. You do it at the disco.
Dance.
Yes. It's a fruit, I think. It's very hard. It's got milk inside. You can eat part of it, but not the outside.
Coconut.
Yes. You go there when you're sick.
Hospital. Doctors.
Hospital. It's white. It comes from a cow. You drink it.
Milk.
It goes across the river. You cross it.
A bridge.
You stand under it in the morning and you wash yourself.
Shower.
It's a day. But you'll be 18.
Birthday.
We'll give you birthday. Fantastic. How many was that? I make it 9. Is that right? Yes, 9. Brilliant. Well done, Hannah and Max.
Well done. And if any of you listening have a good game we can play in quiz time, write to us and let us know. The address is learnenglishpodcast@britishcouncil.org. We'd love to hear your ideas for games we can play. Whew, it makes me tired just listening to Hot Seat. So, now we'll have something a bit more relaxed. It's time for Our Person In. This is the part of the podcast where we listen to people in interesting places all over the world telling us something about life in the country they're in. This week, Robert Watson is our man in Hong Kong.
In the centre of Hong Kong, everything is new, modern and busy. It's difficult to think what the city was like 100 years ago. But only 45 minutes away from the centre, on the small island of Cheung Chau, we can see another side of Hong Kong, a side that is not very different from how it was centuries ago. Every year in May, Cheung Chau celebrates its Bun Festival. The buns are small white bread rolls, and huge towers made of bamboo are covered in the sweet buns in the festival, which lasts for a week. No one knows exactly why the festival started, but there is a procession to honour Pak Tai, the sea god. In this procession, children in fantastic costumes are carried through the village. The costumes hide the seats that the children are sitting on, and it looks like they're flying. For 3 days before the festival, no one on the island eats meat. The butcher's shop is closed, and restaurants serve only vegetarian dishes. Even the small McDonald's on the island sells only vegetarian food for these 3 days. Perhaps, for 3 days, this quiet corner of one of the busiest places on Earth is the only place where you can't buy a Big Mac at McDonald's.
No Big Macs. Sounds great.
Oh, come on, Tess. Everybody eats a Big Mac now and then.
I don't. Ugh.
You never eat fast food.
I try not to. Horrible stuff.
Actually, fast food might be a good idea for your turn, but not this week. Your turn, listeners, is when we go into the street.
Oh, you forgot to give the address.
Oh, right. Yes, sorry. If you'd like to write in and tell us something interesting about your city or town, we'd love to hear from you. You can send it to us at learnenglishpodcast@britishcouncil.org. OK, now we can move on to your turn. We went out into the street to find out what people think about this question. Which do you prefer, the book or the film?
Book or film? For me, the book. But let's hear what people said.
I definitely prefer the book. I love going to the cinema, but if there's a book and I've read it, then I never go to see the film. Reading books is all about imagination, and the film spoils that. Like when you read a book and you can't imagine the character because you keep thinking of, say, Brad Pitt's face.
The film, definitely. Look at Lord of the Rings. It's a really long book. In fact, it's 3 long books. It takes months to read, and with the film you get all the special effects and it looks fantastic. Much more exciting than the books.
It depends. It depends on the book. If it's a serious book by a good writer, then the book is always better than the film. But if it's not a great book, a thriller or something like that, the film can be better than the book.
The book, for me. You have to work harder with the book. You have to make the pictures in your head. But when it's a good writer, it's like watching a film. You make the book into your own film in your head, and everyone has a different film. That's much better.
I think I prefer films. You get more from a film. In a book, you only get the story, and you have to imagine how things look. In a film, you get the story, and you get the actors and music and everything. For example, if a film is set in Japan, you get to see Japan. I've never been to Japan. I can't imagine it. A film shows you more.
Well, I disagree with him, but there were some interesting opinions there.
Remember that we'd love to know what you think. Which do you prefer, the book or the film? Or do you have an idea for a question that we could ask on your turn? Send us an email at learnenglishpodcast@britishcouncil.org and we can ask your question in another podcast.
Now it's time to meet Carolina again. As you probably remember, Carolina is a Venezuelan student and she's visiting Britain for the first time. She's going to Newcastle in the northeast of England. She's going to live and study there and, of course, have a lot of fun, we hope. In the last podcast, we listened to Carolina's conversation at the Underground station. She was going to King's Cross station to get the train to Newcastle.
That's right, and she was worried that she didn't have time to get to the station to catch her train.
But everything was all right. Carolina caught her train with only a few minutes to spare. So let's listen now to what happened on the train to Newcastle.
Excuse me, is anyone sitting here?
No, it's free. Sorry, I'll move my bag.
It is situated towards the front of the train. We would like to remind passengers that coach F at the rear of the train is the quiet coach. If you are sitting in coach F, please use all electronic equipment quietly and switch mobile phones to silent mode. Please be considerate to other passengers. Thank you.
Coach F.
Yeah, this is a quiet coach. There's a sign, look. No